Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Patage Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 22 of Sundara Kanda. In the previous chapter, we saw the daring reply of Sita to Ravana, telling him that you will going to perish if you do not develop a friendship with Rama. You are a coward, and all the might and power that you are telling are all false because you do not have the courage to even face Rama and Lakshmana. And you ensured that they are away from the hermitage, and in their absence, you kidnapped me, you abjected me. That shows your cowardness. And then she went on to say, all the luxuries, all the richness that you are having is can be perished with a single arrow being thrown by Rama. He will going to burn your entire Lanka with all its luxuries. What man can withstand such kind of a derogative reply from a woman and the direct hit on his ego? To this stern speech from the gracious Sita, the king of the Titans, Ravana replied harshly, in the world, it is said, the more gentleness one manifests towards a woman, the more responsive she becomes. The more kindness I show to you, the more you do repulse me. Verily, only the love I bear you restrains my wrath. As a skillful charioteer controls the horses who seek to leave the road, mighty indeed is the power of love. For even if the object of his affection invoke his anger, man covers her with pity and tenderness. It is on this account, O Lady of lovely mien, that I do not slay you. You do merit death and dishonor. You who delightest in asceticism without reason, for each and every harsh word that you have addressed to me, you meritest the dreadful end, O Maithili. Having spoken thus to Sita, the princess of Videha, Ravana, lord of the Titans, filled with indignation, added, I shall grant you 2 months as the term assigned to you, after which you must share my bed. If you shouldn't refuse, if you should refuse, my cooks shall mince your limbs for my morning repast. Hearing these threats addressed by the king of the Titans to Janaki, the daughters of the gods and Gandharvas who are in the company of Ravana, because they were also consorts of Ravana, those daughters of the gods and Gandharvas were exceedingly perturbed, and by the expression of their lips and eyes and their gestures sought to reassure Sita, thus menaced by him. Encouraged by them, Sita, fortified by her virtue and her pride in Rama, addressed Ravana, Lord of the Titans, in his own interest, saying, it appears that there is none in this city who desires your welfare and therefore seeks to prevent you from this despicable deed. Who in the 3 worlds would desire to possess the chaste consort of the high souled one who resembles Indra's Shachi? O vilest of demons, how will you escape the consequences of this insult offered to Rama's consort? He whose valor is immeasurable, like unto an infuriated elephant encountering a hare in the forest, so shall you, means she is comparing Ravana to the hare, while Rama is like an elephant who is carrying that hare. The wretched hare meet with that elephant Rama. You do not fear to rail at the chief of the Ikshvakus, so long as you are not in his presence. Why do not those cruel, terrible, coppery eyes of yours fall out, looking on me so lustfully? O ignoble creature, O contemptible wretch, when you do threaten the spouse of that high souled Rama, daughter in law of King Dasharatha, why did not your tongue dry up? O ten-necked one, by the power of my asceticism, I could reduce you to ashes instantly had I Rama's mandate. On account of my consuming virtue and ascetic observances, I could never have been wrested from Rama. Were it not that your evil act has to be cause of your destruction, O Dashagriva, assisted by the brother of Kubera and proud of your own heroism, you did lure Rama from the hermitage and succeed in bearing me away by stealth. That means all, even Sita herself would have reduced Ravana into ashes. His destiny is to be killed by Rama himself, and that is why, without the permission of Rama, she cannot do anything to him. Otherwise, she herself would have killed Ravana. Such was the power and might of Sita, being the wife of Rama and the daughter in law of Dasharatha. And whatever power and might he is saying, she is proving right in front of him that everything is just a cowardly act of snatching somebody's wife in the absence of her husband. Hearing Sita's words, Ravana, the king of the Titan, cast ferocious glances at her, like a mass of black clouds with his enormous arms and necks, endowed with an elephantine gait, his eyes smouldering, his tongue like a darting flame of immense stature, wearing a plumed diadem covered with necklaces, sprinkled with perfume, decked with garlands and bracelets of gold, his waist encircled with a dark blue belt so that it resembled the Mandara mountain encompassed by the snake at the time of churning of the ocean. With his vast arms, the Lord of the Titans looked like a mountain with twin peaks, adorned with earrings gleaming like the rising sun. He resembled a hill between two Ashoka trees, enveloped in crimson flowers and buds, or like the wish fulfilling tree, or spring incarnate, and an altar in a crematorium. Then Ravana cast ferocious glances from his bloodshot eyes at the princess of Videha, and hissing like a serpent, addressed her, saying, "O you who are attached to that wretch without resource or moral sense, I shall destroy you today as the sun's radiance is obliterated at the time of dusk." Having spoken thus to Maithili, Ravana, the oppressor of his enemies, looked at those female titans of formidable appearance, some of whom had a single eye or ear, some enormous ears, and some the ears of kine or elephant. Some had ears that hung down, and some none at all. Some had the feet of elephants, some of the horses, some of kine. Some were hairy, others possessed but a single eye and foot. Some had enormous feet, and others none at all. Some had heads and necks of inordinate size, some enormous chests and bellies, some disproportionately large mouths and eyes, or long tongues and nails, and some had no nose or possessed jaws like lions. Some had mouths like oxen or snouts like pigs. So Ravana looked at those deformed species who have been kept in service of scaring Sita all the time and forcing her to accept the Ravana's wishes. Then Ravana, transfixing those titans with his glance, said to them, "You titans, seek by fair or foul means, by threats or persuasion, or honeyed words or gifts to induce Sita to look on me with favor. Repeating his command again and again, the king of the Titans, filled with desire and anger, began to inveigh against Janaki, whereupon a female Titan named Dhanyamalini, approaching Dashagreva, embraced him and said, "O great king, enjoy yourself with me. What need have you for this human being who is wretched and though whose countenance is pale? O king of the Titans, it is not with her that the gods have destined you to taste the exquisite pleasures that are the reward of the strength of your arms. He who loves one who is unwilling exposes himself to torment, whereas he whose love is reciprocated enjoys perfect happiness. Having said this, the female titan Dhanyamalini drew Ravana away, but he, resembling a mass of cloud, turned back, laughing scornfully. Then Dashagreva strode away, causing the earth to tremble, and returned to his palace, which shone with the brilliance of orb of the day. Surrounding Ravana, the daughters of the gods and Gandharvas, as well as those of serpent race, returned to, and that is all ladies of the Ravana, they returned to that sumptuous abode with him. Thus Ravana, distracted with desire, left the princess of Mithila of irreproachable virtue, trembling, and entered his own dwelling. Thus ended chapter 22 of Sundara Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Bye.